And welcome back to Panzer Corps Operation Sealion and to Oxford. And yeah, I hope the stream is all right. Just waiting, not really used to it, but I think it should be all right now. So let's jump into the game and let's take a look at this map. It's been quite a while since I played Sealion, so I have to find my way back into it, and I've already done the deployment here. But first let's take a look at the briefing, because I didn't have a save game left for the intro, so let's read it this way. A seemingly tactical mistake that must be exploited, Herr General. Why would the British be clinging on to this area? They cannot possibly defend every historical town and city. There must be something else in this area of value. Herr General, get a grip on yourself. We are not referring to watch-style source. Fortunately, our airmen managed to fill in the blanks. Scout planes detected fuel depots in the area. As we are painfully aware, Panzers don't run on water, so the fuel from those depots would be welcome. Our supply lines are becoming overextended. Your army will have to endure the negative effects of the fuel shortage for the duration of this mission. Capture the fuel depots with due haste, Herr General. Yeah, and we have to be 5 turns quicker, and we have to find and destroy 10 fuel depots. So, well, let's see. There's not much to see here or to get from this. There are some decisive victory locations, but I'm not sure if we have to take them. The briefing doesn't say anything about that, so I'm guessing we're going to capture them, because why not? Just for safe measures, and I'm pretty sure the fuel depots will be, well, spread out in the area, so it might be hard to find them. And yeah, no special features here. There are roads and railway lines and a lot of rough terrain, so not too sure how we are going to deal with that. We'll simply have to fight our way through this, I think. But let's take a look at the deployment here. I brought all my units back up to full strength. We still have 3,600 prestige left. Wish it would be more, but yeah. I'm hoping we will get a lot back this mission. So I'm having a big group here. Their task is for once take Northampton, but we also have to fight towards Ettington, so those have two purposes, and it's a pretty small group. We have one group down here to take out Oxford itself. I guess there will be heavy defenses here, so I put a relatively strong force down here, and yeah, those two can link up. And then we have some Italians here and another battle group here. Their task is simply force your way to the north here and find as many fuel depots as, well, humanly possible. For the Air Force, we have two groups here. We could put in a third group here, but I figured it's not a good idea to split up too much. I have two 88s with me. So yeah, the only things I didn't deploy was the Matilda, because it's slow and we might need speed. We have too many of those level bombers and strategical bombers, so I deployed 3 of them, and those 2 we never deploy. And yeah, the bridge engineers could be useful here, but that's basically the only river we have here, so I don't think they will be useful. Yeah, short river here, but other than that, not many river crossings. Yeah, so the resistance of the British has been extremely fierce, so I'm not overly confident here, but let's simply jump into the game and see what we can do here. We will definitely have to heavily focus on scouting and see what we can find or not find here. At least the Italians have a scout with them. That's nice. So yeah, I'm going to go here because then I already get a look at the city here and any defenses that are hidden in the woods or in the forest here. And I'm expecting a lot of those random units that are spread out in the forest, in the hills. So I'm pretty sure it will be a pain to fight through here. And we are, well, the enemy has full vision on us, so not too happy about that. And at least this town here is empty. Let's see, maybe, no, this strong point is strong. What we could do here is level bomb it, and since we don't have any other, well, I don't expect something to be here. That would be rather, well, unfair. And yeah, it's extremely hard to get your bearings on this map because there's absolutely no information, no clear target, no clear attack vectors. Yeah, so I guess why not? Let's do it. We have a 15th ranks level bomber. We should use it. And yeah, maybe drain its ammo. Wow. Again. The British have luck definitely on their side. But we somehow have to knock out this bunker here. So I think there's no real other option. We should be safe now, so I don't expect them to spot my tank in the city, and we can defend ourselves like that. And yeah. Then it's time to get the scouting going. We have another piece of artillery here, but I'm not, well, I can't really use it, that's the problem. There are no targets in range for next time, so maybe we are shifting it in this well, our main target is Gloucester. I think that's how it's called. So maybe I'm diverting it to this side. And I'm not sure if we're in an extreme hurry here. But for now, I rather play it relatively safe. And I'm not expecting, well, extreme counterattacks here. So let's see, we'll definitely guard all of them. Guard those. And maybe start attacking this anti-tank cannon already. Get in the Italians to protect, and well, maybe... Ah, damn it, this is a bomber, not a fighter. Yeah, I really don't know my Italians too well. So yeah, I want to keep in cover here. Fortunately, there's no infantry that can attack my Panzer in the city, because this scout can see us all right. So we are not that protected. Well, next. More of this. More of this. Let's see. Scouting. And yeah, we have to get rid of their scouting capabilities. That's imperative. The question is, how do we position ourselves? That's always a little bit of a problem, but I think let's bombard the scout. That did absolutely nothing. Yeah, and we couldn't get rid of it. That's not good. That's not good, because now they can go around here and hit us. I really would have preferred to get out of sight range. So one thing we could do, try to hit it with the artillery. That's one option. But then we will have some trouble getting rid of this one. Maybe we can overwhelm it with massive mass attack bonus. Yeah, I think we can risk that. Let's do it. Yeah, see? And I really don't like the British. That's ridiculous. That's a massive, overwhelming attack, and they did a lot more damage to us than we could do to them. And yeah, now it's pointless to destroy it, but let's get rid of it anyways. And yeah, really, that's the worst start ever. That's impossible. That's only a scout. But it's wrecking my tanks. Luckily it's running out of ammo, so they can't hurt us if they run out of ammunition. That's the positive side here. Then let's try to break into this location here. And we're in... Wow. They're really giving us a hard time here. At least maybe we can induce an attack by them here. I'm definitely planning to guard my artillery here. And maybe with additional bombing we were able to do something here. Yep, that's much better, but still doesn't do the trick. And we can't reach it, so they will survive for another turn. Then we'll move forward with our Gebirgsjägers here. and we'll demolish them one by one. In the end, they won't survive, but I'm pretty sure they're able to give us a really hard time here. No doubt about that. But let's not overextend ourselves, because I want to stay out of, well, maybe that's an idea. This is a vision range of 4, so this tank now is in vision range. My flak is not, so this is a perfect artillery trap, fighter trap. Then we'll definitely guard ourselves. And hopefully force them back. So like that, we should be pretty much protected. This one is going to stay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll be in vision range either way, so let's scare them off. And let's move our infantry in position in order to attack next turn. So I think that's everything we can do. All locations done. Then let's see what the British have to offer here. And I'm fearing the worst. Yeah, this scout of theirs is crazy. We seem to be pretty much unable to deal damage to them, but at least the trap did work. This trap did work. Perfect. Yeah. Well, some things did work, but most things didn't. This could be a horrible mission, but let's see. Let's shoot down what we can. Couldn't get rid of it, but that should not do the trick. But now it's gone. So then we will definitely reinforce that later. At first we have to try to do some damage to them. We can't reach the Vickers, so let's make room to attack this Vickers here. We should be able to just to save us the hassle, maybe we'll force a surrender on it. Then we will try to eliminate those forces. Well, it's not easy if you can't hit them. That's for sure. Please retreat. No. Damn it. Yeah, now we are still completely in vision range. So this one... Oh god. No. We are simply not able to hurt them enough. But let's guard here. And let's guard here. We will have to take the hits. It doesn't seem possible for us to make a clean advance here. That's a pity, but we will have to live with that. Then, let's see. At least we have a flum. I definitely like flums. And I'm trusting the abilities of my tanks here. Done, finally. Yeah, but our rolls seem to be extremely unlucky. But at least the way to Oxford seems to be clear. Let's take a look. And there are 2 fuel depots already. And there's a bishop here. And I'm pretty sure there will be anti-aircraft defenses here, right? So we'll stay out of their vision range for now, I guess. This is extremely not ideal position to break. Yeah, maybe we can trap something here later on. We'll see. Then I think let's try to hurt them as much as possible. I definitely want those things out of the way. Bombard them and not finish them off. Well, even the fighters can't do the job. Now. Yeah. It's a little bit frustrating at the moment. We are pretty much unable to get rid of enemy troops here. always 1 damage short. Phew. And I'm fully expecting more enemy fighters, and we'll have to send our level bomber in here to deal with them. So I'm, well, holding off here for the moment. So this one has a vision range of 4, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, perfect. That's target they won't be able to resist. So let's do it like that. And then let's again end the turn. And let's see what the British can do. Well, for once, this did work. And we are having fuel shortage problems. I don't know what the effect exactly is, but I imagine it's not the greatest. But we're going to destroy them. One by one. Not having... I don't... I don't want any more of this business. So let's see, let's block here. That might draw more attacks, but at the moment I'm fully prepared to take risks here. We'll need the scout. Maybe let's send in the Breda. And yeah, we'll need the artillery on this side. That way it should be completely out of any detection. Unfortunately, we couldn't get rid of the radar tower. But that way... we are protecting most of our units. Yeah, nothing we can do here. So let's review. And then let's take a look at Oxford. I think first thing to do is get rid of the anti-aircraft cannon. Ah, damn it. Fortunately, it did work out. But the problem is, this map layout is, well, I wouldn't call it unfair, but it's pretty difficult to deal with. Because you see, here's a swamp, here's a forest. We can't send in a tank here because then the engineers will blow us up. If we send in infantry, well, that's not ideal to attack the bishop. So they really made sure we are having some trouble here. So this one has a range of 2 at least only. Well, let's check. Yeah, we can form a protective line here. Try to break the engineers from below. But even the Wolframen seems to have trouble breaking through here. Let's see. Yeah, that might be worth it, just to open up the lines a little bit more. Yeah, move forward a little bit, just in order to get in some protection. Then we'll try to get rid of this pesky vehicle here. That's done, and I really hate that. I hate those. Those are my new most hated units, I guess. Yeah, but we are clear here, so we are not detected. That's nice. We'll take a hit by the bishop here, but that shouldn't be that much an issue. But I think we're finally starting to gain some ground here. Let's destroy them. Let's get rid of the radar towers. And once these initial problems are solved, I think it will be much easier. Yeah, perfect. I think we did, well, at least not a too bad of a job breaking through here. So we'll think about the flak later. And once we have taken Oxford and the airfield, we are not at the risk of more enemy fighters or fighter attacks here. Because, well, the nearest airfield is here. There are none here. Yeah. So that really pushes them back. Once we take this airfield and this airfield, well, there's one here. So forget what I just said. Then I think we have to risk the level bomber here. Trying to suppress it. And now it should be out of ammo. And that should give us the possibility to break it rather easily. Yeah, we'll back off here for now just to protect the artillery. We can't move here. We need artillery support to break this location. And since there's nothing for the artillery to do here at the moment, I think I'm going to divert my artillery for now. Just for safety reasons, guard here, reload, bring forward the scout, refuel and guard. Yeah, just to make sure guard here because I don't want to get hits on my big artillery gun. But I think that's it, and at least the pace of this mission is quick and nice. I like that. But the resistance is brutal. So let's see. I'm fully expecting everything going badly, but nope. But we still didn't destroy a single of the real targets. So let's see, let's try to break into here. Well, let's go in this direction. I absolutely want more intel on this side, but it seems to be clear. That's good news. Then we are pretty much out of range here. Yeah. Let's see. It's tricky to break through here. I was checking if there's anti-aircraft defenses here. It doesn't seem so. So let's try to dislodge this heavy British weapons infantry. Well, would have been nice to already hurt them, but at least now it's out of ammo, and that's always, if there's no other way to deal with enemy units, let's drain its ammo. Let's guard here. Let's bring in the heavy weapons infantry to deal with the anti-tank cannon next time. We can already try to bombard it, just to weaken it a little bit. Get well, additional protection for the tank and the bomber. And yeah, not much we can do here. So maybe we'll send a tank already in this direction. And yeah, hope we can find something that's worth bombing. And good to know, there's a piece of artillery back there, and we'll try to dislodge them. And yeah, the anti-aircraft cannon, we'll keep it in the back, maybe it can fire at something. But other than that, there's not much to do. Yeah. But we have only found one of 10 fuel depots for now. Well, no, there are 3 more here. So let's see, we have to refuel. This time, make sure to do something about the bishop, and one way to do it, make sure that the anti-aircraft cannon is suppressed. then we'll... Well, the problem is it has air defenses and our level bomb is too far away. Yeah. So one option... Nah, we can't break through. I think we'll have to take the hit, but I'm positioning myself in the forest, so that provides additional cover. And then we can go in from the top and start attacking the bishop. Now it shouldn't be that bad. Yep. That should deal with it. Perfect. And now we have a much better position breaking Oxford itself. Unfortunately, we don't have... Yeah, we don't have more artillery here, so... For the moment, it doesn't really make sense to advance here. We could... Well, the engineer... Well, the Fallschirmjägers are really great at breaking locations like that. So maybe actually we can overwhelm them. Let's see. At least we can try. And saving a turn is never a bad thing. Perfect, not even getting damaged. And that's a scary looking position dealt with. And those provide vision, so it will be a good thing to take it out. Yeah, I think we'll do it. Just to make sure we are out of vision range here. I don't like getting detected. And then we have to think what to do with this battle group. They have done a tremendous job. They had some trouble with the British scouts. Well, actually, most of our losses occurred against British scouts. Those were really crazy. But the question is, are there any fuel depots in here? I assume there might be. Will there be more forces in here? There might be. But I think we will quickly check and then group up with the smaller force here in order to attack Attington and Banbury. So let's start taking a look here. Yeah, and of course, we'll stay out of detection range. Well, maybe send in a plane, maybe an Italian plane, just to check that we don't miss anything. Then, at least we have enough scouts here. This one has a vision range of 1, so we are not in danger. But Portees, yeah, they can be kind of dangerous, but not extremely. So let's see. I want to force this one out of the forest, that's for sure. So let's hit it. And yeah, we can't really force it here. let's see. Done. And that should solve a lot of our yeah, vision problems. Let's see. Two options here. We can be patient and not attack it at the moment, or we can force our way into here, maybe taking a hit on the Jar B. That's one option. Yeah, actually, let's do it. I don't like them having vision. Turned out to be worse than expected, but well, let's see. At least Northampton doesn't seem to be defended that heavily. And taking out this fortress, maybe that was their main line of defense already. Yeah, we'll see. I'm a little bit ruthless here with my units. I'm forcing them to take more damage than maybe is necessary, but on missions where we have a time limit and have to be how many turns? 5 turns early. Yeah. 10 fuel depots is a lot, and I only found 3 so far. So I don't want to waste too much time here. So let's go forward. Let's bring infantry in a position to attack the portee next turn. Well, the artillery is a little bit too slow. No, don't want to risk anything with the portee here. It has a vision range of 1, but who knows? This might be not the best idea. So, yeah. Set the artillery up for an attack next turn. So we have a range of 3, so we can hit whatever is in here next turn. If we move here, move the, well, either the Char B or the Gebirgsjägers to this location. So I'm happy with our deployment for now. Let's end the turn and see what the British can do. Yeah. And here's a big counterattack. But that wasn't too bad. I hope this is most of the tanks, and now we have luckily 2 of our strategic strategic bombers available here, so we can absolutely pound them, and we can destroy the infantry in their carriers. That would be even nicer. Yep, I like that. But let's first concentrate on our situation here. We still have to destroy the British forces here. Let's see. This might be a little bit of an overkill here. But since we have the units, let's concentrate on attacking them. And first things first, let's try to get rid of the British heavy weapons infantry. They kind of refuse to die. You're already used to that. Yeah, let's get rid of it. We'll set up here for an attack next turn. Third fuel depot down. And yeah, let's see. We are not really able to break them at the moment, but we are in perfect cover here. Not much can happen to us here. Let's move up the anti-aircraft defenses. Now at least we know what's in here. Can't quite hit them from the back, but let's check if there's more. No, it seems clean, so I'm pretty confident this is kind of a reactionary force that was laying in ambush here. And yeah, let's move. Okay. Attack in Matilda is blocking the crossroad. If you manage to surround the beast with at least 3 ground units, it could be overwhelmed, and that's extremely nice. But the problem is now, well, we have to back off, but we will grab this one for sure. But we'll get it. That's interesting, but unfortunately our Panzer IV now is going to take a hit, but well, doesn't matter. So let's see, what are the most dangerous units here? We can suppress the Valentine, we can suppress the infantry. And I think the best thing to attack for now is the infantry. Let's grab refuel. And then let's try to wreak havoc here. Perfect. Done. And the main issue is surround units in order not well, this is the Panzer IV, let's grab the Panzer III. Yeah, it's able to do it. And then wow. Let's see. we can't go into the forest, that's for sure, because then, well, the heavy weapons infantry will kill us. So I think the best thing is we'll take the 127 here. 06, I'll take it. Yeah, it's kind of tempting to get rid of it, but nah. Not really. Yeah, let's see. We have still units that we can pull. If we manage to destroy this infantry unit, the way is open. We can't go here, so never mind. Well, I think we take on the 14. A unit dealt with is a unit dealt with. And maybe yeah, done. Perfect. Now we are only facing those three. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. This one is in the open. None of our units is in rough terrain, so we are not very vulnerable to them. They are already damaged. We have artillery ready for next turn. We can move up the 88 to do some damage. Yeah, I'm liking that. And just for safe measures, let's pull back our damage scout a little bit. I know I'm always, well, asking very much of my scouts, basically. But it pretty much can't be helped. And then we'll pull a fighter to protect our level bomber, and we should be able to break through here next turn. But, well, the real issue is we only found 3 of those pesky fuel depots so far, and I'm really not sure where they are hidden. So I hope they're not in some obscure locations, but I'm pretty sure we'll find out soon enough. And this one is entrenched at level 6. That could be an issue. And maybe they're going to attack into us, at least one of them. So I don't plan to rush in here. This would be a death trap. I at least want them, yeah, more suppressed. So if we can free up our bomber force to do some damage up here, that will be extremely helpful. And yeah, there's not many targets those have to take, so I'm pretty confident we already reached the northern part of the map here. So we are kind of on a diagonal line. This is lagging a little bit behind, but once this counterattack is broken, we should meet up here at the Matilda, take Attington, and then it's only a short while till we can break through to Worcester. So maybe we are fast here. I'm not really sure. But what we could do is peek here. Well, there seems to be nothing. So we could potentially cross. But we'll see about that next time. We could try to cross here. But that could be a very bad idea. If an anti-tank unit is stationed in here, this will demolish us. So I rather play it safe. And yeah, then we are ready for now. And I think it's time for a short break here. And I'll be back in about, let's say 10 minutes. I have to get something to drink and cut the video so I have appropriate length for the YouTube videos later on. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Well, in 10 minutes. Bye!